Len Bias died before he played a single NBA game. Len Bias was picked second overall in the 1986 NBA draft by the Boston Celtics. He was explosive, charismatic, and hailed as the next Michael Jordan. But just 2 days after the draft, Bias died of a cocaine overdose in a dorm room. The news shocked the league and shattered Boston's future. His death forced the NBA to confront its drug crisis. Teams began testing policies. Politicians pushed anti-drug laws named after him. Bias never played a game, but his ghost haunted the league for decades. What could have been became what never was. Magic Johnson said he had HIV, and the NBA panicked. In 1991, Magic Johnson held a press conference that changed sports forever. He announced he was HIV positive and would retire immediately. At the time, HIV was seen as a death sentence. Players feared touching him. Fans were confused. Commentators whispered myths about how it spread. But Magic didn't fade away. He returned for the All-Star game. He played in the 1992 Olympics. His comeback broke stigma and saved lives. Yet behind the celebration was real fear, and the NBA struggled to accept a new kind of health crisis. Magic didn't just change basketball, he changed the world. Was Michael Jordan secretly suspended for gambling? Michael Jordan retired in 1993, right after his father was murdered, and right as gambling rumors exploded. Jordan had been seen betting thousands in Atlantic City before playoff games. He was tied to shady characters. The NBA denied any punishment, but Jordan retired suddenly, then returned exactly 17 months later. Many fans believe it was a secret suspension. David Stern always denied it, but the timing raised questions. Did the NBA cover up Jordan's sins to protect its brand? The greatest ever might have had his darkest moments hidden in plain sight. The NBA may have been rigged, long before Donaghy. Everyone remembers Tim Donaghy, but the whisper started years before. In the 1990s, players like Clyde Drexler and coaches like Phil Jackson accused refs of favoring stars in big market teams. Fans believe Game 6 of the 2002 Western Conference Finals, Lakers versus Kings, was fixed. Even Ralph Nader called for investigation. Though no proof came out, the patterns felt too perfect. Calls went one way. Ratings soared. Conspiracies grew louder. Was the league just protecting business? Or was it something darker? Donaghy might have been the fall guy for a system built on quiet control. Latrell Sprewell choked his own coach at practice. In 1997, Golden State Warriors guard Latrell Sprewell snapped. During a practice argument, he grabbed head coach P.J. Carlesimo by the throat and choked him. Not once, but twice. He was suspended for 68 games, the longest in NBA history at the time. The league was stunned. Media called him dangerous. Fans called him unhinged. Sprewell later claimed Carlesimo provoked him, but the damage was done. He became a symbol of NBA violence, ego, and chaos. One moment of rage cost him millions and changed how teams handled player-coach conflict forever. Dennis Rodman partied with Kim Jong-un. Yes, really. Dennis Rodman was never normal. On the court, he was a rebounding legend. 5-time champ, 7-time rebounding leader. Off the court, total chaos. He wore wedding dresses, married himself, dated Madonna, and vanished before playoff games. But nothing topped 2013, when Rodman flew to North Korea and called dictator Kim Jong-un his friend for life. The world was stunned. Human rights groups condemned him, but Rodman didn't care. He said basketball was above politics. He might have been trolling, or maybe he believed it. Either way, the NBA had never seen anything like him, and never will again. Kobe Bryant was arrested, and still played that same night. In 2003, Kobe Bryant was charged with sexual assault in Colorado. The woman said it wasn't consensual. Kobe said it was. The case never went to trial. She refused to testify, and they settled. But the damage was done. Kobe lost endorsements. Nike paused his deal. Fans were split. Some called him a rapist. Others called it a setup. He flew between courtrooms and games, once landing, then scoring 42 that night. It changed his image forever. He wasn't just the golden boy anymore. He was human, flawed, and fighting for redemption the rest of his career. Ron Artest ran into the crowd and started a war. November 19th, 2004. Pistons versus Pacers. A hard foul. A shoving match. Then, chaos. A fan threw a drink at Ron Artest, and he snapped. He charged into the stands and punched the wrong man. Stephen Jackson followed. Jermaine O'Neal threw a sliding haymaker. It was the worst brawl in NBA history. Players suspended. Games canceled. Artists missed the entire season. The NBA changed forever. Tougher rules, stricter security, and a new dress code to clean up the league. The malice wasn't just a fight. It was a public crisis. An NBA ref was betting on games. He was officiating. Tim Donaghy worked 13 seasons as an NBA referee. Then in 2007, the FBI arrested him. He'd been betting on games, including ones he called. He fed inside info to gamblers. He said other refs were doing it too. The league went into full damage control. Donaghy went to prison, but his claim stuck. He said Game 6 of the 2002 Lakers-Kings series was rigged, that refs favored stars and markets. The NBA denied everything, but fans started watching with new eyes. Was it just one bad ref, or proof the system was always dirty? Gilbert Arenas brought guns to a team practice. In 2009, Wizards guard Gilbert Arenas had an argument over a card game with teammate Javaris Crittenton. The next day, Arenas brought 4 unloaded guns into the locker room and dared Crittenton to pick one. Crittenton pulled a real one. The NBA suspended Arenas for the season. He never fully recovered. Once a fan favorite and 3-time All-Star, he became a cautionary tale. The league cracked down hard. Guns, even as a joke, weren't just dumb. They were career-ending. And Arenas learned the hard way what happens when locker room beef goes way too far. Derrick Rose was sued for gang rape and kept playing. In 2016, Derrick Rose faced a civil lawsuit. A woman claimed Rose and 2 friends assaulted her while she was unconscious. Rose said it was consensual. The case wasn't criminal, but the details were disturbing. Text messages, key questions, inconsistencies. Everything played out in the media. Rose missed games to sit in court. Then he was found not liable. But his image took a hit. For years, fans whispered. Sponsors stepped back. The NBA didn't suspend him. But the story stuck. Rose went from MVP to injured star to something darker entirely. Stephen Jackson fired a gun outside a nightclub. In 2006, Stephen Jackson got into a fight outside an Indiana strip club. He said someone hit him with a car, so he pulled out a gun and fired 5 shots in the air. No one died, but Jackson was charged with felony criminal recklessness. He got probation. The Pacers were already still recovering from the malice at the Palace, and now this. Jackson said he feared for his life, but critics saw a repeat offender. His image as a tough enforcer only grew. But so did the NBA's headache, trying to control its wildest era. Donald Sterling was banned for being caught on tape, being himself. In 2014, TMZ leaked a recording of Clippers owner Donald Sterling, telling his girlfriend not to bring black people to games. The backlash was instant. Players threatened to boycott. Coaches considered walking. Sterling had a long history of racism, housing discrimination, lawsuits, slurs. But this time, the proof was audio. The NBA moved fast. Commissioner Adam Silver banned Sterling for life and forced him to sell the team. He walked away with $2 billion. The scandal wasn't just about words. It showed how long the league tolerated power, until it couldn't hide anymore. Robert Sarver was accused of racism, sexism, and bullying by his own employees. In 2021, an ESPN report exposed Phoenix Suns owner Robert Sarver. Over 70 people described a toxic workplace, racist jokes, sexual comments, and verbal abuse. Sarver denied most claims, but the NBA investigated and found enough. He was suspended for a year and fined $10 million. Sponsors backed out. Players like LeBron and Chris Paul spoke up. Under pressure, Sarver sold the team for $4 billion. Like Sterling, he left richer, but the message was clear. The NBA was done protecting old owners with bad habits.